welcome to Newsclick. Today we have with us Kavita Krishnan, Polit Bureau member of CPI-ML Liberation. We are going to discuss about the upcoming Bihar polls where left forces have come together to form a joint platform against RJD-Congress alliance and against the NDA. Hello Kavita, nice to have you here. What are the issues on which all the left organizations have come together to form an alliance against the incumbent government at the state and in the center?
It's not so much what we're up against, it's also about what we stand for. I think that Bihar today is, if you look around you in Bihar today, there is a plethora of struggles of working class people, working class women, agricultural workers, sharecroppers, even school children. Have been agitating in the past year or so. If you look around you, you'll find such a range of struggles from teachers to midday meal workers, such a variety. I think that in terms of a political representation of these struggles, there is no other political force but the left, and so we felt it to be a duty to stand. The other issue is of course also to do with not only to do with livelihood and rights, but also to do with the question of justice. So I think Bihar has been witness to very terrible massacres, both caste and communal massacres, and the question of justice in those massacres has been very thoroughly betrayed. The perpetrators have gone free with political patronage, and there has been no justice on the ground at all. So I think even the question of justice, which is a very, very vital question today, that is also something that the left parties are championing.
But people are saying that when we face a bigger threat of communal parties which are coming into power at the center and are contesting elections in the state, why not to go with the alliance which is already there of RJD, JDU and Congress? Why to form a different platform which may lead to division of votes?
Yeah, I think that I'll respond to that with 2 or 3 points, because I think it's a substantial question that a lot of people will have in their minds. The first thing is, I think that to understand that BJP is not something that is new to Bihar. BJP is a very serious threat, and it's more of a threat because it is rooted in a sense, it's the party of feudal power in Bihar and has been for a very long time. Now, if you recognize it as such, especially if you think of the recent Cobra Post revelations and the idea that the BJP has been politically patronizing Ranvir Sena and such forces over there, then you have to ask yourself that is it enough to think in terms of a symbolic protest against, symbolic resistance against the BJP. If you look back at history, then the very powerful symbolic assertion against the BJP was Lalu Yadav stopping Advani from entering Bihar. There can't be a more, there can't be a more powerful, symbolic protest. And yet that didn't stop the BJP from being able to patronize massacres on the ground throughout the 90s, in the 2000s. It didn't stop BJP from being able to form government in Bihar in alliance with the JDU. It didn't stop BJP from continuing even today to communalize and patronize feudal and communal violence in Bihar even today. So clearly, in terms of stopping the BJP's growth and actually providing a political assertion against it, you need a substantial fight against it, not merely a symbolic fight. There, I would say that while on the ground left parties like ours actually battled these forces very directly, there you found that Lalu Yadav in his regime, Lalu Rabdi regime, actually colluded with quite openly so. In fact, Lalu Yadav had said in a speech that in order to restrict the CPI-ML, I'm willing to join hands with the Narak ki taakton ke saath, with the forces of hell, by which he meant Ranvir Sena, by which he knew very well it was BJP patronized. Subsequently, the JDU, of course, it suppressed the Amir Das Ayog findings. It allowed the Ranvir Sena to run amok after Brahmeshwar Singh's killing. It formed government with the BJP, fully knowing it is the party of feudal and communal power over there.
And even during 2002 riots, they were with BJP.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, the point is that in order to help BJP strike roots and consolidate its power in Bihar, both the Lalu Rabdi regime and the JDU regime have a lot to answer for. Okay, And I think that in that sense the left has been the consistent force to actually on the ground pay very high costs for doing so, but continue very consistently resist these forces. And even today, if you look at now in terms of simple electoral arithmetic also, I would say that look at the states in which there has been a bipolar scene. BJP has won all those elections where it has been a bipolar scene. It has won Madhya Pradesh, it has won Rajasthan, it has won Chhattisgarh, okay? Jharkhand, absolutely. So bipolarity is not necessarily the right answer to stopping BJP. It's not like that. Multipolarity does not mean weakening the fight against the BJP. I think assertion against the BJP, preventing the BJP government from being formed in Bihar is our #1 priority as left parties. And I think that in terms of that anti-BJP assertion, it's crucial for the left to have a dimension there. In that anti-BJP assertion, the left assertion, left seats in the Bihar Assembly, the left assertion right now throughout in the whole Bihar election is a very crucial component of that, and a necessary component, because we are the only consistent force to be actually resisting this. To that, I will add one small point also, that the left is very well known in many pockets in Bihar. It has strength in many pockets of Bihar, in which we will form a very credible third alternative. And I think that that is based on very substantial struggles.
Kavita, you have very specifically pointed out about various caste-based atrocities committed on the people there in Bihar. Caste plays a major role in the politics in entire northern India. Do you think this, not only the caste-based politics, but after Owaisi has decided to contest elections in Simanchal, do you think there is a politics based on religion which is also going to be played in this election?
First, I'd just like to quickly qualify the thing about caste. I think that very often, if you look at mainstream narratives of how Bihar elections are seen, I think there's a very superficial understanding of what caste means on the ground over there. See, if you look at some categories like Mahadalit or Ati Pichda, those are, in a sense, of course, they are caste categories, and importantly so, but they are also, they have a very substantial class dimension, because it essentially, this is the assertion of agricultural workers or sharecroppers for their dignity, their rights, and the left has been a champion of these struggles in a very big way. So I think to sort of pit caste as some kind of very ossified identity that has nothing, isolated category that has nothing to do with class, nothing to do with various kinds of livelihood issues and so on, is not right. And the first thing. And the other thing I would say is, even the question of minority rights and so on, I think that that is an important question all over the country, very much so in Bihar also. And I would say over there also that you see this Owaisi type of phenomenon, which is essentially trying to create a polarization in a certain way. I would say that rather than that, the left alternative, which is trying to, which is saying, and saying with great credibility, that you see the in terms of Bihar's history, as well as in terms of what India's democracy needs. It's important for minority rights to be seen, and minorities to see themselves as part of a whole range of other citizens, dissenting voices of all kinds, as well as the oppressed caste, as well as women, as well as so many workers of all categories who are fighting. I think it should be seen as part of a larger framework of assertion of democratic rights and fighting for the soul of Bihar and soul of India, rather than to see it only as a polarization of religious identities. Yeah.
Do you think this Bihar election is going to play a major role in the national politics? Because if we look, BJP has to pass its land acquisition bill in Rajya Sabha also, and it is trying to bring various other such bills. So do you think it will change the arithmetics at the national politics also?
Oh yes, I think it's a very crucial election. There's no underestimating the importance of this, and I believe very strongly that the people of Bihar will give a very fitting rebuff to the BJP in these elections, and that they will also very strongly assert their support for a politics which which actually shows up hope that an alternative politics is possible, that the politics that actually stands for people's assertion, people's struggles, that this is something that requires to be strengthened. I think we've seen that pattern in other elections also. Delhi was one, and I do think that Bihar also will give that kind of a fitting rebuff to the BJP, and it will affect national politics.
Thanks a lot, Kavita, for giving us your time, and as the things proceed, we'll be coming back to you on such issues. Thanks a lot. Thank you for watching Newsclick.